All right. So last video, I hinted that we were going to do something special with this enemy attack, and we are because this is working fine. But there are two really big problems with this. If I want the enemy to attack twice in a row, I either have to put it in some kind of loop, or I have to copy and paste the whole thing, which is annoying. I might want to just be able to have a function called enemy attack that I can just call at any time, a little bit like I use the print function at any time. I might want an enemy attack function that I can use at any time. The second problem with this is that it's taking up a lot of space here, and I would really like to be able to just hide this code because I've written it. I'm happy with how enemy attack works, and I don't want to be looking at it the whole time. So we're going to be solving both of those problems in one fell swoop. What we are going to do is we are going to take this code and almost sort of teach it to the computer. So we can just say enemy attack at some point, and the computer will know exactly what we mean. And the way we do that is we define a function. So up the top of this, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of it and press tab and move it in one tab space, which is the same as two spaces here. And then I'm going to say def, which stands for define, and I'm going to call it enemy attack, but you could call it enemy strike or anything that you like. The name is not important as long as it makes sense to you. So I'm going to say define enemy attack and put these little this little colon here. Make sure this is indented. And there is just one more step I need to do because the computer's now going to treat this as its own little world in here. So we actually just need to alert it to the fact that we want to use this variable player health up here because we used that quite a lot, I think. Yeah, we did. So we want to use player health inside this own separate little secret world here of this function. So we have to write global player health. All that tells the function is that it looks outside of the function to find player health. Now, if I hit run now, nothing is going to actually happen yet. But also, apparently, I have a mistake here. Hold on, let me have a look. Oh, okay, sorry, I made a mistake. We also need these. A little bit like if you use time.sleep, you'll see these little parentheses. You'll need those on there. But we'll explain that a little bit more later. If I hit run now, nothing happens because all we've done is we've taught the computer how to do an enemy attack, but we haven't told the computer to do one. We've just taught it how to do one. So what I can do now, and this is the really cool thing, is I can just press this little arrow here, hide all of that code, and now the computer knows how to do enemy attack, and I can just call it anytime I want. So if I write enemy attack, and remember to put those little parentheses afterwards, it should do the enemy attack now. Scary Dude uses punch. It inflicts 4 damage. Your health is now 46. So that worked. If I then, but the thing now is I could actually use it over and over and over again, do it 4 times, call that function, and the computer would know how to do it. So Scary Dude uses swipe. It inflicts 10 damage, blah, blah, blah. And here's the second one. Etc., etc., etc. Now, Scary Dude used swipe 4 times in a row. I'm just going to check. No, it was random. That was just really unlucky. Okay. Just going through that, I noticed that, and I'm going to open up again the function here. I noticed there's something I forgot is I think I actually want another time.sleep here, just so there's a bit of a pause after the attack. Now, this is just so wonderful being able to have something that makes sense. This enemy attack, we know what it does. We don't have to remember how it works exactly because in programming, it's impossible to hold everything in your brain at once. We can just, this is called code folding. If you hit this arrow, it folds up the code. It shows this little arrow here that can show the code as well. And now all I have to remember is what it does as opposed to how it works. And this is really, really important. It's called abstraction in programming. I've called enemy attack 4 times in a row. It will run over and over and over again. Um, if this doesn't make complete sense to start with, don't stress. Just copy the way that I've done it, put your code around it. It will make a lot more sense as we go on, and it is really, really useful. So good luck with that, and I'll see you in the next video.